I'm sure you'll all agree with me that it's fascinating. It's particularly fascinating for me because I'm a biologist. Fuck all about chemistry. I see you guys with your little tubes in the corridors, and it's like, oh, this is like the Philosopher's Stone, and you know. And when I first came over, you know, I thought chemistry, it's a precision science. You know, you smash things with lasers, and you see everything. You measure the bond. You know exactly what bond it is. You know the orientation of the bond. You use atomic force microscopy. You can see the fucking bond. You just can't make the bond. And you're starting off. You're shoveling your first reagents, and your first reaction is like 100, 200, and then 20 steps later, you've one molecule left. But you seem happy, you know. You get your paper and tablets, but really it's just homeopathy. And you know, we come over and we take what are essentially homeopathic recipes, and we put it on some cells, and it's nature paper, science! But it doesn't always work out for us either, you know. Sometimes we just have to bite the bullet and submit the nature biomaterials. So, cells, they can make bonds. They can easily make bonds. Is that why you dislike us? You know? And I hear this all the time in the corners, like, biologists, biologists. And, you know, I've got to the point now where I'll make a point when I'm introducing myself. You know, I say, you know, I am a self-assembling macromolecular systems chemist. Chemistry, you take a white powder, you mix it around in a clear liquid, you get another white powder, and this white powder is different to this white powder. It's either the biggest con ever, or it's magic. And that's sort of fitting. Actually, in the early days, you know, chemistry was, people sort of seen it as magic. And the first chair of chemistry in Edinburgh, the University of Edinburgh, was Gandalf the Grey. Technically, Merlin was the first chair in Scotland, but he's from St Andrews, so we don't talk about him very much. And, you know, we now think, you know, vivas are hard, you know. And a viva is an oral examination, not that one. But if you think about back in the old days, you know, just imagine it, you know, Gandalf's your internal, Merlin's your external. Could you come in, Mr. Duffy? Conjure up a stool. I'll just go through the formalities. I'm Merlin, the magician, and this is, of course, I'm sure you know, is Gandalf the White. He'll be acting as your internal. So, I'm just looking at your records here, and it seems that you've missed several deadlines, even though you're in possession of a time turner. And you had a very, very long extension because a werewolf ate your thesis. You've written an awful lot of gibberish in your thesis. I'm a huge fan of Jupiter. I'll just, I see you've published in Transfiguration today. I'm not quite familiar with that journal. Could you tell me what the impact factor is? I'll just have a quick flick through here. Oh! You misspelled Oracle, by the way. In your Enochian remedies, you mention eye of newt, toe of frog, witch newt, witch frog. I think you need to be far more specific about the ingredients that you're using. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn, and cauldron bubble. What's the reaction temperature? You know, and it goes on, and he's struggling. And they said, could you leave us for a moment as we talk to each other, as I talk to Gandalf? So he's out in the corridor, he's thinking, God, you know, oh, that doesn't go well, it's like 4 years of my life, you know what I mean? Oh, God. So they said, can you come back in, Mr. Duffy? And, you know, he comes in. And Gandalf stands up and says to him, "You shall